was a world graced with joy and a carefree people. Beauty flourished with the bounty of fertile fields and generous skies. In its innocence, though, Air was ill-prepared for the Shadow Lord, a cancerous evil who spread his cloak of death over the world and ravaged its beauty with the foulest corruption. Armies commanded by the Shadow Lord's baleful creatures swept the continents in a merciless march of death. Few escaped their bloody spears. Fewer still held out any hope for deliverance. And only one dared to challenge the Shadow Lord's malevolent reign. The time of waiting is over. No longer shall we bend beneath the oppression of the Shadow Lord. The Council of Five places all its trust and hope in you to carry forth the rebellion. Our first objective is to recapture one of the 5 continents of Air, to create a haven for those who suffer the Shadow Lord's cruelty. The continent of Keldonia, devastated by the Shadow Lord's wrath, is now little more than a barren wasteland. Yet, it provides the best hope for victory. The Shadow Lord's minion, King Draga, does not watch his borders closely, nor does he take any interest in the local populace, save for food and pleasure. King Draga's troops, like their leader, have become lax and scattered across the small continent, concerned only with their own boasting and petty quarrels. A swift march across the continent should enable you to capture King Draga's castle before he has time to marshal his forces. Once that is accomplished, the people of Air should rally to your banner of freedom. But for now, we can provide you with only limited support. The Council of Five relies on you to command those limited forces efficiently. Word of your triumph over King Draga has spread quickly. People are rejoicing for the first time since Fire Isle rose from the depths of the sea. On the Isle of Four Winds, the peasants have perhaps begun to rejoice too heartily. They took up arms against Alcar the Shadow Wizard, and even managed to liberate a few villages in the northwest. Alcar was quick to respond, however, slaughtering whole villages and raising the dead in unspeakable rituals. You have only a brief time before those armies of undead overwhelm the peasants, and your opportunity to liberate the Isle of Four Winds is lost. The Council of Five has also learned that the Shadow Lord emerged from his seclusion on Fire Isle and is oiling the wheels of war. He sent the renowned mechmaster Ferris to the Isle of Four Winds and is forcing him to build a host of war machines for Elcar. The Shadow Lord appears greatly discomfited by your continued victories, and has openly vowed to have your head on a spear by month's end. A dubious honor, but one cannot beard the wolf without facing bared fangs and ominous growls. More to the point, the Shadow Lord has given his sorcerer lieutenant, Sazakar the Snake, vast resources with which to recapture Keldonia. He has already sent troops to the kingdom of Avernian to swell Zazakar's army. Defeating him, it seems, will be much more difficult than we had bargained for. The phalanx of elite troops sent by the Council of Five to the kingdom of Avernian managed to conquer Cape Dire, and this has delayed Sazakar. They have been unable to advance through the jungles, however, and attrition is quickly making any offensive hopeless. Needless to say, Caledonia is still recovering from King Draga's occupation, and stands no chance of repelling a full-scale invasion. Sazakar must be stopped before his invasion force sails. Malak, the Shadow Lord's avatar, discovered the Council of Five sanctuary in the icy kingdom of Bothia. With our stronghold seized, we were forced to flee into the countryside, and now face certain destruction. Malak is a rabid devotee of evil, and every bit as malignant as his master, the Shadow Lord. Malak's knights, seeking the council with maniacal vengeance, commit unspeakable atrocities as they rage across Bothia, while Malak himself impales 100 villagers every day that the council escapes his wrath. If your fight to destroy the Shadow Lord is to have any hope, this abscess on the world must be lanced with the keen blade of righteousness before he can blight the land any further. As he did when Fire Isle first rose from the depths, the Shadow Lord has stabbed at the world's heart with his corruption, and its fiery blood again spills into the seas. Newly born volcanoes have erupted in the Dragonscale archipelago, while the seas around Fire Isle have begun to boil and churn with the Shadow Lord's fury at Malak's death. Simply getting to the mainland has become a daunting task, and it is impossible to know what horrors the Shadow Lord will send your way. But reach it you must, and quickly, before the Shadow Lord brings his full army to bear at Crimson Sands. Clouds of blackest fumes, coursing with green lightning, descended on our cities when you took the Citadel at Crimson Sands. Dead rose from the grave to slay without thought, while crops withered in the fields overnight. And those caught in the black clouds were convulsed with pain as the flesh melted from their bones. It was a warning from the Shadow Lord, but one we must not heed. This abomination must be destroyed at any cost. The Council, though, will be unable to provide much assistance should you manage to penetrate deep into the continent. The Shadow Lord's power is simply too great. Courage and a steadfast heart shall be your best and only allies.
You! Toad! Did you think you could usurp my power? I am the Shadow Lord! I'm ashamed of it all! I will crush your miserable...
So ended the cruel night of the Shadow Lord's reign, and the days of peace returned to air like the promise of a warm spring breeze. And of the hero who struck down the evil scourge? Ah well, destiny seldom allows her favorites to fade quietly from memory.